We're all human and we all make mistakes, particularly when we're just starting out with something. So here are 7 most common genealogical mistakes and how to fix them. Hi, I'm Caleb Lee with Family History Fanatics. Let's roll right into it with mistake number 1, one spelling for a name. We actually did a video about this, about name variations. It's a good one, you should check it out. But basically, some people think, hey, this family spells their name B-R-O-W-N-E, whereas this one spells their name B-R-O-W-N without the E. So therefore, these two families are completely separate. Well, no. You see, sometimes the person writing down the name misheard the ancestor. Sometimes the ancestor didn't know how to properly spell their name, or they might have misspelled it accidentally. Mistake number 2. Exact dates. And this one is kind of similar. People say, oh, this record says the birth date was the 15th of May, 1805, whereas this one says 15th of May, 1803, so therefore, this record is not the same person as this record. And again, this isn't true. Sometimes, again, the informant may have misheard it or not known it, and they were just trying to take a good guess, and sometimes the ancestor didn't quite recall when their birth date was. Number 3. Jumping to conclusions. And this is something that is connected to the first 2. People will look at a record and say, that looks to be about my ancestor. Sure, we'll add it. That does not look about to be my ancestor. We'll not add that. It's not like that. It's not that easy. We have to evaluate the sources properly. To do that, you have to look for the additional clues that don't exactly pop out with your initial looking at the record. Sometimes your snap decisions are actually going to be correct, and sometimes they're not. But the best way to make sure that you don't make mistakes like that is you properly evaluate your sources. 4. Relying on other people's trees. And this is a big one. Ancestry.com has a lot of trees made by its members, might actually be connected to these trees. But the problem is some of them aren't entirely properly sourced. The thing to do here is trust but verify. Go through and, I guess, reevaluate the tree. Make sure that it's properly sourced, make sure those sources are good sources. Because otherwise, you might actually come up to a tree that's full of baloney, and that's not good. Number 5. Not citing your sources. This is more common in offline genealogy when people just say, birth record, I'll take the birth date and go away. A couple months later, where did I get this birth date again? And it's easier to not do this in online trees, such as Ancestry or Family Search, when it's really simple. You just attach the source to your ancestor. So, always attach your sources. And if you're doing offline, make sure to write down where you got the information. Number 6, putting the married name where the maiden name should be. Now, sometimes the married name is all you have of a woman, but you still shouldn't put their married name into the surname field. Why? Because then family starts searching for Mary Johnson, when in reality her maiden name is Sue. If you keep searching for a Mary Johnson, you're never going to find Mary Sue and her family when she was not married. This is a problem because it'll confuse genealogists who are searching this Mary Sue person. If you put Mary Johnson, they'll be confused saying, wait, is this Mary Johnson a Mary Johnson who married a Tom Johnson, or a Mary something who married Tom Johnson and then took upon the Johnson name? This is confusing! So if you don't want to confuse people and get angry letters in the mail, make sure to get the married name out of the surname field. Number 7, assuming you're related to a famous person or anyone who shares your last name. Let's take the example of the surname Lee, mine. Think of famous Lees you might know. Harold B. Lee, Robert E. Lee, Sarah Lee, the bread company. I'm not related to any of those people, at least through the Lee line, because you see, my great-great-grandfather changed his name from Garnett because his dad was a bank robber and also a vampire at one point. So I'm not related to any famous Lees at all, but perhaps your surname stayed the same for as far back as you can go. If you have a common last name like Smith or Jones, you can kind of figure it out. There's a lot of Smiths and Jones out there, and not all of them are related. But even if you have a more unique last name, such as Geisler. Just because you share the same last name doesn't mean that you're actually related to the person. You may be, but you gotta do your research first. So there you go, that was 7 common genealogy mistakes and how to fix them. Do you know of any other common mistakes that we may have missed? Well, leave them in the comments below so that we might be able to make a common mistakes part 2. If you like this video, press the thumbs up button so it'll reach more viewers. Check out our website, familyhistoryfanatics.com, to find out more about our upcoming e-conferences.